obviously Friday night was difficult for everybody. What's the reaction like from you, the guys, after a game like that?
I think at first we're all a bit down because it was a shock getting beat 5-0. We thought we started the season well in the League Cup, going away to Pittodrie, playing well, but we've been in a few days now and the morale's like slowly building back up again, and we'll be ready to go come Saturday.
How much are you looking forward to going up to Dens Park then, an opportunity to test yourself against a team who've started the season really well in the top flight?
Yeah, it'll be a good test for us all, and all the boys are really up for it. I mean, they've started the season well, good result against Hearts last week I think, so yeah, it'll just be a good test for us and we'll go and see what we can do.
It's a team that we beat the last time we played them, that was here in the Premier Sports Cup group the season before, but I think it's fair to say they've improved somewhat since then. Yeah,
there's no doubt they've got a lot of quality within their squad, and I remember playing in that here last season. It was a good game, a couple of penalties, and we just nicked that one, so we'll be hoping to do the same again, but there's no doubt they've got quality and we'll just need to be aware of that.
Dens Park, a venue that you've played at before? I can't imagine it is.
I've been on the bench for Hibs there, but
right.
but not played. So
what's it like? What's it like as a venue to visit?
I mean, it's decent, as all Premiership clubs are. It's a new one to tick off the list, so we'll be buzzing to get there.
And I suppose when you get a result like we had on Friday, you guys just must be dying for the game to come around to try and put it right.
Yeah, 100%. We just, as soon as that final whistle went on Saturday, we just want another game to try and rectify that, because we know the standards we set, that was nowhere near good enough, and we looked at some of the clips and what we can do better, but we just want that one away as soon as possible, kind of thing.
Is that tough when you're having to look back over those things? Is it a difficult process, or is it one that you kind of just have to get on with?
It's one of those, you don't really want to watch it back, but the best thing is to like nitpick it and see where you can improve, but yeah, it just needs to be done.
The camp itself, you talked about how it's starting to build back up, the morale. I suppose it's important to keep in perspective that as bad as that was, you're right when you said we started the season well, because we have had a good start in the Cup, which has got us here, and in that first league game.
Yeah, there's no point getting too down. I think probably most clubs this season are going to have one result where you look at it and go, that shouldn't have really happened, or that was unexpected. So we'll just need to pick ourselves up, and we have done that first couple of days back in. Like I said, we'll be ready to go.
You know the squad well, you know the manager well. What level of difficulty was it for him to pick you guys up, or was it quite straightforward?
I mean, I think last season we had maybe a tough one away at Arbroath and that. So like, these things do happen in football, and there's no shying away from it. But look, the gaffer's good at picking us up. Well, I mean, yeah.
And as a squad, because we do have that element of youth on our side, does that make it easier? There's still that kind of lack of fear and that energy to go about it.
Yeah, we do have a young squad, and we're all hungry to try and be the best, so we'll be dying to get right back out there and put that performance on Friday right again.
Speaking of, how much are you looking forward to going up against those players? You talked about the good players they have in their team. Rhys mentioned them as well. Are you looking forward to matching yourself against those players?
Yeah, these are the games you want to play, and you want to play highest level possible. I'm sure that's the same with everyone within the squad, so yeah, we're dying to get out there.
Well, we'll let you get on with it. Murray, thank you very much.
Thank you, cheers.
Rhys, no getting away from it. Friday was a tough watch. Have you put yourself through it a few times for your analysis?
Aye. The good thing is obviously we had the chance to come in today, and we look forward to another game. Obviously going watching the game back and analysing kind of every detail as you would. But listen, we put it down to kind of tactics. I take responsibility for the performance on the day.
Is there a fine line between doing the analysis you need to do after every game and dwelling too much on a bad evening, a bad result and performance?
Well, there's nothing we can do about it now. Kind of the minute that final whistle happens, there's nothing you can do to affect the game. So as long as we acknowledge the fact that there's been errors and there's been kind of mistake after mistake, we come in Monday morning, short bit of kind of analysis, we do our video stuff, we identify kind of the areas that we think and we feel that are kind of unacceptable, and then you quickly move on, because like you said, we can't dwell on it too much. We've got a big game Saturday. Speaking of, it's a break from the league action. It's a reward for a really good group campaign in the Premier Sports Cup group. Dundee away won't be the easiest venue to go to, but a team that we've played last season and the season before, what kind of game are you expecting? Difficult. I think kind of their league position, I know it's early on and how well they've started the season, will tell you that. They've come off an incredible year last year. Obviously they've managed to achieve what they've had in a short period of time. So under no illusion, going away from home as well, it'll be a difficult task. Coming off the back of a negative result for ourselves as well, we were looking for a reaction and a better performance, but one that we should go into the game full of excitement. We've earned the right to kind of be there. It's not like someone's just given us a random fixture. We've earned the right through our good play so far this season, and one that we got there, and it's almost a bit of a free hit. No one's expecting us to go in and really give them problems, but we've shown in the past against the kind of top sides that we've managed to cause them problems, so we hope to do that again.
All you need to do is look at Pittodrie during the group stage, and the way we performed, especially for the first hour up there. That's a good enough performance if you hit that same level to trouble Dundee or any other team in that division.
We're capable of doing that to most teams, I would say, but like I've stressed 100 times, it's about finding a level of consistency. Obviously we didn't get that balance right on Friday, but so far pre-season, since we've come back, the majority of the kind of standard and games have been kind of really positive, whether that be for, like you said, 60 minutes or whatever against Aberdeen. So we know that it's going to be a difficult task, 90 minutes, a tough game, and we've got to make sure that performance wise and everybody's at it.
It's obviously both clubs have moved on and since the last time we were up at Dens, but that's a game that went to extra time and kind of got away from us at that point down to 10 men. It might well be that we have to go the distance again there. I feel that we're a lot better placed should that happen than we were perhaps in that season.
Well, firstly, the squad's a lot healthier. I think we went up there and I think we had 16, 17 year olds on the bench who we were relying on to just give us a bit of energy and a bit of freshness. But likewise, I also think that Dundee have improved a hell of a lot since that last game as well. So two teams have improved, and again, listen, it sets up for a good game. They're in good form, really kind of kicked on, made some really clever and good signings, and likewise we've kind of had a decent start, so we'll be looking to try and correct a negative performance on Friday and try and bounce back.
What's the fitness levels like within the squads? Injuries, people carrying knocks, how's the situation looking there with the guys?
A few boys still kind of out of training today, carrying a few bumps and bruises. Ideally we've not got the full selection of the squad to pick from, which is obviously nothing you can do about it, but you've just got to get on with it as best we can. We go with end of the week and we kind of sit and evaluate who we've got available, and we try and pick a team, we try and pick the squad as kind of best equipped to go up and give a performance and a result, whether that be some boys missing or some boys are fit. It's entirely up to them and entirely up to when they're going to be back fit with the physios, and like I said, if it's need be and we're missing a couple, then so be it.
I suppose at this stage in the season in particular, I mean it's true any time, but especially early on, there's no point in forcing it. They're going to make things potentially worse in that scenario.
Yeah, but I'm never one of these kind of people anyway that would force someone through an injury where it sets you back longer term. I think you look at the likes of Lewis McGregor as a prime example. He comes back and maybe was a little bit too soon, considering the fact that he was only out a kind of short period, but maybe just taking that more cautious approach, he might not have had another wee setback. So that's the same for Aaron Reid. We've got another few boys that are carrying bumps and bruises, and we'll wait to see the extent kind of later on in the week. Again, I'm not in control of that, so we'll get the kind of numbers and who's fit and available come end of the week, try and give them the best opportunity to be fit and available for selection. But if that's not the case, then we've just got to make sure that we go up there with what we have and give a good account of ourselves. It's
a part of football. You get injuries, these things that are always going to happen. Players can be fully fit and pick something up, so I suppose it's just one of those things. Just like cup shocks, part of football kind of thing that would happen, and I suppose we won't look at it that way because it's an opportunity for us that we want to go and relish, but it would be a cup shock if we were to put out the Premier League team.
Of course, but that's just given the nature of the game. It's a team in the top division against a team in the Championship, so naturally the bookies' favourite's always going to be favouring Dundee. But like I say, we've shown before in the previous games that we've played kind of so-called bigger opposition and teams to the top flight that we've gave a real good account of ourselves and had really successful results. So like I said, I expect it to be an entertaining game. I think the way that they play, I don't think they get enough credit. They're a really good team that play a a kind of good brand of football. Tony's got them kind of well drilled, and there's some lovely footballers in there, Lyle Cameron and Luke McCabe and stuff as well, who I've no having played kind of first hand against them, are kind of ripping it up in the top leagues. So I expect a full squad from them. They'll be desperate to go and win and progress in the cup, but likewise we'll be going up there to try and get a positive result.
And it's an exciting opportunity, to be going up against that calibre of player, like you say, guys that are doing it in the top division. There's a chance for the players to show what they're capable of.
Of course it is, but we've got a young squad here, and how better do you kind of prepare them for playing at that level? That's the end goal here, is always trying to encourage the younger players to get their ground in their education, as you like, and hopefully they go on to these bigger and better clubs that are playing in kind of top flight. So there's no better way than to go and test yourselves against the best, and currently at this moment in time I think them and Celtic are doing alright.
Right, thank you Rhys, thank you very much.
Cheers.